mercy clear the path and show the way. May the horn of plenty sound so everyone can hear it. May the light of love be with you every day. May the horn of plenty sound so everyone can hear it. May the light of love be with you. May the light of love be with you. May the light of love be with you every day.
I think that thing on your shoulders.
See that?
That's better.
You and I are so
Thank you.
connected.
The transmitter doesn't go through the audio.
Through it we can feel love. Through it we unite as one. You and I are so connected. Heart to heart, a golden thread. Through it we can feel love. Through it we unite as one. You and I are so connected.
Just use the finger.
Heart to heart, a golden thread. Through it we can feel love. Through it we unite as one. You and I are so connected. Heart to heart, a golden thread. Through it we can feel love. Through it we unite as one. You and I are so connected. Heart to heart, a golden thread. Through it we can feel love. Through it we unite as one. You and I are so
I
connected.
got grown up.
Heart to heart, a golden thread. Through it we can feel love. Through it we unite as one. Through it we unite as one. Through it we unite as one. One power, one power, one power, one power, one power, one power. There's one power invisible. And you see it everywhere and every day. One power indescribable, and just speak of it with every word you say. Mysterious until you know the truth. As simple as the love inside you.
Feel the vibe in this one.
Call it God, call it Spirit, call it Jesus, call it Lord, call it Buddha, Baha'u'llah, angels' wings or heaven's door. But whatever name you give it, it's all one power, can't you see? It's the power of the love in you and me. One power, one power, one power, one power.
Which mouse?
We speak so many languages, different clothing, different colors, different names. The different is only dangerous. We forget in the heart we're all the same.
Right out.
We'll remember once we close our eyes to see that such differences were never meant to be. Call it God, call it Spirit, call it Jesus, call it Lord, call it Buddha, Baha'u'llah, of them all heaven's door. It's Muhammad, it's your mind, it's your soul, or it's your sign. It's the universe, it's music, Mother Earth, or Mother Time. But whatever name you give it, it's all one power, can't you see? Whatever name you give it, it's the very air we breathe. Oh, it's the power of the love in you and me. One power, oh, one power, one power, where we are. One power, one power, one
Sorry.
It's the
Jerry?
moment of creation. It's an everlasting peace. It's the freedom of forgiveness. It's the sweetest
Yeah, shut
love
this
that
media house.
it's the joy of inspiration. It's the sunshine on your face. It's the birthright of all nations. It's the boundlessness of space. It's the beauty of a baby. The serenity of sleep. It's the anger we abandon. For it's love that's most deep. It's one power. It's one power. We are in power of the love that lives forever in you and me. It's the power of the love in you and
Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Unity of New Westminster Online. We've been having so much fun here this morning, getting ready and set up for our online service that I now have the giggles. So until I get over that, join me in singing our opening song, and maybe I'll get over it. Good morning again to everyone. My name is Reverend Rona Segura, and it is my pleasure to welcome you here to Unity of New Westminster on this beautiful sunny day in July. If you are joining us on Facebook, on the website, on YouTube, and maybe later catching our archived version, welcome to our service. It is wonderful that you are able to join us in this virtual way when we aren't able to be together physically, face to face. The Unity Movement offers spiritual principles for life that lead to full and abundant living. We draw on the teachings of Jesus, who we consider our primary way shower and example. And we honor that there is wisdom in faith traditions all over the planet. In fact, there is wisdom to be found in story, in song, in poetry. And so we honor every person's right to choose their own spiritual path. All are welcome here. All are worthy here. All are celebrated here. We open our service this morning in a time of affirmative prayer and appreciation. In the spirit of truth and reconciliation, we begin by recognizing and acknowledging the Kakite First Nation and all First Nations and Coast Salish peoples, on whose lands we live, we work, we play. We're so grateful that we are able to come together every week in this virtual way. It is a reminder that we need not be together physically to be connected. We believe that there is only one power, one presence, one activity in our lives, in the universe. And that activity, that power, some call God, others call Gaia, Yahweh, the universe, Creator, Mother Earth, divine intelligence, life, energy, by whatever name we have for that one power that is the God of our understanding. We acknowledge that we are connected as one humanity in that power. And as such, we are imbued with aspects of that power. And one of those powers is the ability to love, to harmonize, to bless. And in that power, we send a blessing of love, a blessing of peace, of compassion to all people on this planet. We most especially bless all who are suffering today. Suffering because of loss, because of loss of health, loss of life, loss of a sense of security. We hold each person in a blanket of love. We bless. We honor. And we stand in gratitude that we have the power to make a difference with our blessing. today's daily word is guidance. Guidance can be easy to find in the outer world. Maps and GPS technology can help me navigate my way just about anywhere. Everywhere I go, there are signs marking streets, adorning storefronts, and providing just about every kind of information and opinion imaginable. Spiritual guidance often is not as evident, but it is much more valuable. This guidance can come to me as a persistent tug on my attention, as a gut feeling or intuition, or even in a dream as I sleep. I pay attention to the guidance I receive and step out in faith to move my steps in its direction. I know that the spirit of wisdom and love within me are always guiding me to blessings of greater peace, love, and prosperity. And from Psalm 25, verse 4, make me to know your ways, O Lord. Teach me your paths. Before we sing our next song, I want to welcome all who are watching in our fellowship hall this morning. We have a group of people who are maybe a dozen who are in our fellowship hall watching us stream live. And so, hi everybody, I'll come and see you later. Let's join and sing our song that everybody who's in unity loves.
We
words onto that slide, but I know how many people love the song Weave. And so thank you to Unity of Fairfax for posting that on YouTube, which allowed us to share it. So many things happened this week to support the idea for this talk. Earlier this week, I was asked, as part of my Toastmasters group, which of course is online, I was the chairperson, and so the person introducing me asked what my most unexpected blessing was as a result of this pandemic. And I started thinking about all of the blessings that have come from this most painful time. I started to think of the wonderful Zoom connections that I have with family across the entire world. There's a group of 20 of us that got together on Zoom across 3 continents and multiple countries. And it has been such a heartwarming experience to once a month gather with the cousins and the aunts and the children and reconnect in a way that would not have happened in our previously busy life schedule. I started to think about how I realized that I can live with much less than I thought I could. Especially my closet full of clothes. I realized how grateful I am to live in this country. I realized how impressed I am to hear people who would be uncomfortable turning on a computer now discussing the merits of Zoom versus Facebook Live. Seeing my mom figure out how to not just access her email, but get onto Zoom and be able to learn new technology at the age of 83. It made me realize how adaptable we all are and how easily we are able to integrate new information and adjust. And perhaps most important of all, the biggest blessing has been an awareness of values. What do I stand for? What do I care about? And as a result of those values, choosing to wear a mask, choosing to stay home as much as possible, and choosing to be less scheduled and to spend more time with myself. It's been almost 4 months to the day since we had the beginning of this pandemic response in British Columbia. 4 months since the schools were closed, the stores were closed, and we were all asked to cocoon as much as possible, to physically distance from each other, to wash our hands, to stay home, to wear a mask. At times, those 4 months seemed like it was just yesterday. And at other times, it seems like it was a long time. We've been in this a long time. Now, thanks to joint leadership, there is something to be grateful for from our medical profession and our politicians. We appear to have been in the place where we're over the hump, at least the first hump here in British Columbia. And that means that we now can start looking towards going out to restaurants again and expanding our bubbles of people and connecting in person again. It also means that we could end up becoming busy again. And so this question that was asked of me, what do you appreciate most, led me to realize that for some of us, we will just go on and get busy again without taking the time to reflect on how far we've come. And so the very first idea that I want to share with you today is the importance of stopping and taking an appreciative look back at where we've been. Because if you're like me, and I know some of you will appreciate and identify with this, the tendency is, okay, this is done, time to move to the next, without taking a time in that pause space to appreciate and celebrate all that we have gone through. This constant focus on moving from one thing to another is something that we had gotten quite used to pre-COVID. And now is our opportunity to stop and take a break and appreciate where we are and how far we've come, and let us celebrate that. The reason I was laughing earlier today, and the reason that this is an important topic, not just because of what I was asked at Toastmasters, but also what's going on right here in this ministry at the moment. Because we started out being completely closed and working from a remote place to live stream our services. And now that we're back in the sanctuary and live streaming our services, the technology needs to be a little different. And now that we're live streaming and discovering that Facebook, for example, will mute some of the songs that we even have a license to, so it's not really a pleasant situation if you're trying to listen to it after the fact. So we're constantly trying to move forward. We're constantly trying to adapt. We're constantly trying to anticipate and work towards, like little hamsters on our little wheel, continuing to move forward. And Martha Creek, who was our guest speaker a few weeks ago, shared on a call that I have with her and several ministers every week, that she has a prayer that goes something like, deliver us from the temptation to think that just because technology worked in rehearsal, it will work today. And that's exactly what happened this morning, and in fact what happened last week. And so we have this temptation to get upset at ourselves and think about how we should be doing it better, and other ministries are doing it better, and if only we could. And some of that's true. And we will work towards improvement. But if we fail to remember where we started from and celebrate how far we've come, then we do ourselves a disservice. And so right now, I shout out to Walt and to Richard and to Jerry, who are constantly working to improve our audio video. And I appreciate, upon reflecting where we've come from, how much we have accomplished. You know, in the book of Genesis, the story of creation is told, the very first chapter of Genesis. And it talks about God creating the heavens and the earth. And then God creates the land and the water and so on. What we sometimes forget is that at the end of every day, God takes a break and looks at the work that he has done, and he says, it is good. It is good. So as we think back to this time, let us reflect and capture the good before we get back on our treadmills. Let us remember the wonder of this time, both the sadness and the joy, both the sense of despair and the sense of discovery. I mentioned a few weeks ago that I saw this cartoon which is set in the future, and the family is sitting around talking about right now, and how the parents are saying to each other what a terrible time that pandemic was for us, how hard it was. And the children who are now older in this cartoon say, well, it was the best time of our lives. We got to see you, Mom. We got to see you, Dad. We got to play with the pets. We got to play video games and board games and do art. Yes, we did schoolwork. But there are people who will long for the simplicity of this time. So let us learn from that. Cherry pick the things that we want to carry forward and reflect with appreciation some of the gifts that have been part of this pandemic. And I use the pandemic, but you don't limit yourself to just the pandemic. This looking back with appreciation is something that one could do with every life situation. Coming back through after a divorce, after the loss of a loved one, after the loss of a job, a relationship. Looking back with reflective, appreciative eyes at some of the reasons that you are who you are today, even if you had a childhood that was bitter. Finding the gems that came from those difficult times and reflecting with appreciation. The next thing I want to invite you to consider before moving to the busyness is to renew. Speaking with a different friend this week, pardon me, who was saying that everything's going pretty smoothly. Work is caught up and the technology is working, And so they're finding themselves less busy, less frantic. And as a result, they're feeling a little guilty. They don't know what to do because they're not as busy as they normally are. We have difficulty, some of us, with this idea of doing nothing. That somehow resting equates with laziness. That lack of a productive, tangible product means that we are not contributing to society in some way. And I want to challenge this for you, but I also am challenging it for myself because, promise you, this is hard for me. Won't last because I will watch TV and the laptop will be on my lap, and I do both things at once, and I enjoy that, but I'm not quite sure that it's that good for me. And so I invite you to think of a couple of aspects about this. One is to take the time to rest, even when it seems that things are too urgent for you to rest. One of the things that has always kind of confused me is the story in John, in which Jesus is sent word that his best friend Lazarus, the brother of Mary and Martha, you know how you kind of have one group that's sort of like your best friends? Well, Lazarus, Mary, and Martha were Jesus' best friends. And he was off with his disciples in another town, and word came to him that his friend Lazarus was sick. It sounded urgent. Somebody actually came to get him. And Jesus did not go right away. He waited for 2 whole days. And in that time, he realized that Lazarus died. And he eventually made his way back to town, to Bethany. And raised Lazarus from the dead. But it always struck me, why didn't he go right away? Haven't we all had that experience where something just seems so compelling, so urgent, that it cries for our attention? And the message I take from that is to make sure that you yourself are restored and ready before you face any kind of crisis. Take the time. You've heard me joke before about the fact that every person should be meditating 20 minutes a day, unless you're too busy, in which case meditate for an hour. Restoring ourselves is the very first step in making sure that we are ready to face the next challenge. Being rested, it allows us to look at things from a much different perspective. And then the other thing I want to share with you is the idea of taking a Sabbath. In Genesis, we speak about, at the end of every day, God looked at his work and said it was good. So there's this ongoing appreciation for what we've done. And then when the job was done, God rested. He did nothing. If it were me, I'd be like, that's done, what's next on my list? Let's go. It takes discipline to take time to rest, to renew. Our friends in the Jewish tradition and other faith traditions have an excellent practice that is called the Sabbath. And so from sundown on Friday evening to Saturday evening, people who follow the Jewish faith don't do work. They spend their time with their friends, with their family, going to prayer, reading and discussing scripture, connecting with each other, making time for what is important. What would it take for you to have a Sabbath? What would you have to change and shift so that you could give yourself the gift of 24 hours that are quite literally unplugged? I know there's some of you and a portion of me that are going, no, 24 hours without my phone, without my email, are you crazy? Yes. And I think that that opportunity to rest and reset and wonder aimlessly with no specific goal other than to be with yourself and the people you care about and the God of your faith, would be enormously restorative. And surely then, by the following day, things that might have been uncertain will have settled into place. The Sabbath is a gift that you give yourself and the people you care about. And so I invite you to consider this idea. The idea of not working for one whole day. Just being introspective and being with people you care about for one day. If that's too long, see if you could do it for half a day, or an evening, or an afternoon. The important part is the idea of renewing. And the reason that this is important is that it actually helps when we start again. So that we restart, we restore in a way that is completely fresh. And when we do that, we are much more likely to be innovative, to look at a problem or a challenge with fresh eyes, and come up with completely different and unique solutions. One of the things I do on my phone is play Sudoku. Don't tell my mom, because she's an expert at this, where I am not. But there are times when I'll play that game, and I can tell I'm getting tired because I'm making mistakes. Or I play, and then I can't find a solution. I will pause the game, go do something else, come back to the game and see a much clearer, obvious next step that I had not seen before. That is the benefit of renewal, of rest. And so I invite you, before moving to resuming our lives, that we take and make space. Space to reflect with appreciation on where we are and how we got here. To renew ourselves, getting adequate rest, maybe exploring ways to take a Sabbath. And so that when we do resume, we do so fresh, restored, intentional about what we want to accomplish. Reflect, renew, restore. 3 steps that will add to the joy and comfort and ease in your life. Let's take this into a time of quiet reflection. As we cast our thoughts back, we ask the question, where have I come from? How far have I shifted? How wonderful I am. I've come a long way. And I can see that there have been times when life has been unpleasant. And upon reflection, I choose to see the good. I choose to rest in the appreciation. And I choose to renew myself. Where can I rest more? Where am I approaching a situation with urgency? And activity, where maybe I could approach it with presence, with calm. Where can I adjust my priorities to make space for the important things in my life. I know that when I reflect with appreciation, I fill myself with joy, with compassion. When I rest, I am honoring myself and the people around me. And when I am ready to resume, I choose focus, intention. I reflect. I renew. Then, and only then, I resume.
When I pray, I feel my heart go deeper, my heart go deeper into my God. When I pray, I feel my heart go deeper, my heart go deeper into my God. Right here, right now, right where I am, I pray. Right here, right now, right where I am, I pray. When I pray, I feel my soul go deeper, my soul go deeper into my God. When I pray, I feel my soul go deeper, my soul go deeper into my God. Right here, right now, right where I am, I pray. Right here, right now, right where I am, I pray. When I pray, I feel my love go deeper, my love go deeper into my God. When I pray, I feel my love go deeper, my love go deeper into my God. Right here, right now, right where I am, I pray. Right
I'm going to share what's happening at Unity with you. Starting this Wednesday, we are having a meditation in the fellowship hall that is physically distant. Basically, we're putting up a meditation on YouTube, and everyone is sitting in their seats, masks on, and meditating together. So if you would like to be part of that experience, it's on Wednesday evenings at 6:45. Please pre-register with Jerry either at the phone number that you see on your screen or at the email address. On Thursdays from 11 till noon, we have a drop-in Zoom session, and in that time we connect with each other, check in with each other, and then move into the Silent Unity prayer service. And so we basically hold our community in prayer. We read the names of people who are on the prayer list, and we connect with each other every Thursday on Zoom between 11 and noon. And if you would like your name, or you know of someone who would appreciate their names being added to the prayer list, then please drop us an email or phone with that information. Also, if you would like some one-on-one prayer with a prayer chaplain who will hold your concern in complete confidence and acceptance, then please do the same. Just reach out by email or by phone. And a reminder that Silent Unity is available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week for prayer as well. Some magic happened, and our food pantry, which had seen supplies depleted, has now been replenished, and it is doing exactly what we hoped would happen, which is that some people have taken food and other people have given food. And so in that flow of circulation, if you have canned goods that you have spare and would like to donate to our food pantry, it's on the it's just a loose lock. Just come on in and put the food in there, and that will allow others to take it if they need some. A reminder that we are in the iceberg lettuce phase of our opening, which means that when you go to a buffet, that's all you're getting. So the people in the fellowship hall right now have pre-registered, have been wearing masks, are socially distancing, are not singing, and are not touching, but are still under the same roof. And so that is something that is very heartwarming for people. And so if you would like to be part of our fellowship hall service on Sundays, again, we need pre-registration because we only have a limited number of seats. So please email us if you'd like to join for that. A reminder that we have a new way of giving, which is Tithely. And that is an app that can be put onto your phone or onto your laptop computer, desktop computer, that allows you to give to us and do it in a way that keeps everything, your credit card information, completely secure. And we are so grateful to those who have sent checks, who have sent electronic transfers, who have given on Tithely or on Canada Helps. We are so, so blessed with the abundant giving of this community. Thank you to all. And now I invite you to hold whatever you are able to give, whether it's time, talent, treasure, blessing. Just hold it in a place of love And I'm seeing Walt making semaphore gestures there. Walt, what are you trying to ask me?
Change the slide, please.
Oh, I can't see the slide, sorry. What does it have? Is it on, is it just showing?
Thank you.
Oh, well, we're moving to that right now. So, let us hold our gifts as we sing our blessing song. I am so blessed, I am so blessed, I am so grateful for all that I have. I am so blessed, I am so blessed, I am so grateful, I am so blessed, I am so blessed, I am so blessed, I am so grateful for all that I have. I am so blessed, I am so blessed, I am so grateful, I am so blessed. And we are so blessed. I invite you this week to reflect on the blessings, to renew, to restore before you resume. Join us on Zoom after the service as we connect with each other in person and try and recreate a fellowship hour on Zoom. So please join us. You'll find the link on the website, and I hope it's on Facebook as well. Let's sing our peace song and then our prayer for protection. If I can get that.
I am the light of God. I am the